Coach, a big emphasis for you is on eliminating distractions and play the next play. With all the pageantry surrounding this game, the rivalry and everything, do you feel that was more difficult for your team to do tonight?
No, I don't think that was necessarily the case. I think we can coach better and we can play better, but I thought that, I didn't think it was that. I thought that we didn't get into much of a rhythm on offense early. Marched the ball up and down the field and then didn't put it in. Then we went through a series where we dropped a bunch of balls, which that's concentration. But
you guys seem to try to establish a little bit of a running game at the beginning. Was that part of the game plan throughout the week, or was that Luke making adjustments at the line?
all the above. I mean, we felt like we could run it some, and Wicks brings a little explosion, but he hadn't been with us for a little while, and then some of them Luke got us into too.
If the offense had converted some of those early fourth downs, do you think that might have gotten the team in a bit more of a rhythm? And
I think a lot of that. The balls we dropped were devastating. I mean, they converted third downs. There was, one was a score, that type of deal. So the timing of them was, worse than just a drop. The timing of it was worse yet.
Did it seem like Luke was as accurate to you today, or was he a little bit off?
I thought he was a little off. I thought he started out pretty good, then I thought he tried to make too much happen. I thought a little late on reads and tried to be too perfect,
Was UW keeping a lot of guys back defensively? Was there more coverage than the receivers and Luke are used to seeing?
No, I thought the problem was more us. I mean, they deserve a lot of credit, but I thought, I don't think we consistently stayed out of our own way today. And then I guess, I think their front did a pretty good job. I mean, I think, they had, well, key times if we didn't drop it, but key times they'd get pressure on us.
Did he flush out too quickly, too often?
Sometimes. I don't think, I think the bigger thing, sometimes he did, but sometimes there was stuff that we'd have quick and we just didn't react to it as quick as we needed to.
Mike, was this a case of the team not doing a great job of playing the next play, particularly after some of those early third and fourth downs?
No, I think the biggest thing was just trying to do too much. We went out there trying to play perfect, and you don't play perfect. You got to turn it loose and not hesitate. I think it's definitely offensively. I think we went out there and tried to play too perfect, and it took us a while to relax, and then we never did really get into a good rhythm.
How much of that rhythm do you think is just due to the fact that it's so cold out, hard to grip a football, hard to catch a football?
Well, it's pretty hard for them to too, man.
How would you evaluate your offensive line's performance against that stellar defensive line of UW?
I think sometimes good, and I thought early they did really good, and then that was kind of key play oriented too. We just we kept digging our way out of holes the whole day.
When you look back at this 2014 season, what do you think are some of the major themes that are going to stick out to you about this year?
Well, that there's a ton of kids that probably played earlier than they should have, and are going to develop their skills, and eventually some of them are going to become great players. Some of them are going to become good players. In the end, it'll be a good team, and then I think that they got to develop earlier than is ideal on the field, but in the end, I think it'll help them. I think the experience will help them a lot. But it's a rough start, but it's also playing a bunch of freshmen. That's what recruits all say they want. So they got it.
Mike, it seemed like those two running plays, both to take the lead and then to extend it early in the second half, were pretty big. What did you see on those two long touchdown runs?
The two what?
The two long touchdowns early in the first and early in the
Well,
second
that
half.
we didn't tackle. You know, we had guys in the gap and they just didn't make the tackle. We had people there. We pressured them, and so understandably, you know, you're not gonna have as many levels of, you know, we just have to make the tackle, have to be in position to make the tackle.
For your young defensive backs, is it almost more of a problem when a team has a bunch of receivers that they're spreading it out to, as opposed to the one or two big guys that are the big targets for the team?
I guess it depends, kind of depends who, I think, I don't know how to answer your question. I mean, it just sort of depends on the offense and, who the individuals are.
How was the defense executing the game plan against Miles?
Well, I think at times very good. I think our problem was giving up big plays.
Some of the issues,
And then we let them off the hook on some third downs.
some of the issues with youth and kind of the consistency, inconsistency that comes with that. Did you foresee that going into the season? How much of that was kind of a surprise, the way that developed through the course of the year?
Well, I knew that we had our hands full as far as, you know, we were gonna have to grow up quickly, you know, and then there's always an erratic nature to it a little bit.
If nothing else, to start your off-season coming off of a rivalry loss like this is a chance to kind of catapult you into the win. How much more difficult does that make starting your off-season?
Yeah, we're gonna have an off-season one way or the other. I mean, it'd be nice.
With the experience he's had and what he's done in these three starts, does Luke have any advantage heading into the spring as a quarterback?
Oh, I think it'll help him a great deal. I think it helps him a bunch. I think it helps Luke a bunch. Also think it helps some of the receivers he'll be working with quite a bit.
Does he start off as the starting quarterback?
Yeah, if we were to play today, which we did, he's the starting quarterback.
And I know you mentioned we're gonna have an off-season one way or another. What's kind of the time frame for you, for the next couple weeks, just hitting the road recruiting, or what are you gonna be doing?
Well, we'll start lifting on Monday. And then, well, I'll be on the road some in December, no question. I'm not sure the calendar yet, you know, but I'll be on the road pretty steady if it's contact period.
Ernie?
You had Steve Gleason talk to the guys before the game. What was that experience like?
Yeah, very impressive. I mean, first of all, just as a player, he's ridiculously impressive. I mean, both football and baseball and all those things. I mean, and, you know, some of the highlights, but even a more impressive guy now, you know, I mean, as far as, you know, speaking and just his passion, you know, his passion for life, that type of things, I think is really impressive to everybody, you know, and then, you know, and one thing that I thought was impressive is, he reinforces kind of all the things that he's thankful for and that type of deal, you know, and you know, reflects on all the great things he has to be thankful for. So, you know, I think all of us have, you know, have plenty to be thankful for too. He's just a great example, great person, and you can tell even with his affliction, he's continued to develop in a huge way, which I mean, it's just an incredible example to everybody.
Final question for Coach?
Coach, who's gonna be the cornerstone for your program next year as you're looking to take a step forward?
Well, I'm sure you're gonna be one of them because, you don't seem to be going anywhere. You'll be right here, and we'll be excited to draw on your wisdom and questions for years to come, so keep them coming. All right.